Hello, in this video we are going to take a look at collapsible items. So this is great if you have quite a bit of information and you don't want to show it all at once on screen. Because imagine if you've got a bunch, different sections, and depending on what the user wants, they can open up a particular section. That's where a collapse comes in, and it's really simple to implement. So first of all, you want some sort of button to basically trigger this. So I'm gonna wrap it up in a p tag just so it's a block level element, but you can do it however you want. I'm gonna put a button, and the class doesn't actually matter. This literally is just for styling in line with the style system in Bootstrap, but you could do it however you want. This isn't actually a requirement. A type of button. You could use that ahref for this, and you can get more information about that on the Bootstrap website. I will provide a link to this where it shows how to do a few more extra stuff, including some detection with JavaScript as well. So okay, we got a type of button. Then we need to specify a data toggle attribute, and this is just going to be collapse. So that's basically what it's doing. And next we need to have a data dash target, and this is an ID of something that we're going to collapse and open. We haven't created it yet, but I know what I'm going to assign as the ID. So hash specifying that you are targeting it using its ID is, I'm going to put epic collapse, that's what I'm calling it, and I'm going to put area dash expandable, or expanded I should say, equals false, and then we are going to put area dash controls, and this is going to be epic collapse. Okay, so we don't need to put anything inside the button other than just some little basic text like show more. And now we're going to actually, because if we reload the page, this is what we get. We get this button right here. Doesn't do anything right now. I'll refresh the actual text editor. That was a little mistake on my part. Now we're going to actually create the thing that collapses, that opens and closes. So we're going to put a div, we're going to put a class of collapse. Then we're going to have an ID, and this has to be the same as this right here. And now what we're going to do is put a, in here you can put whatever you want. It's literally up to you. I'm going to use a card that we've already covered in a separate video, so feel free to check that out. Card, I'm going to put card dash body. Keep it simple, but you can make it more complex. You can put a video in here, an image, text. You can put links in here, whatever you want. And I'm just going to put the lorem ipsum text, which is commonly used as placeholder, as a placeholder, I should say, not as placeholder, as a placeholder. And if I save that, we should be ready to go. So if I give it a reload, click that, it opens it, closes it, opens it, closes it. That's basically what it is. Nothing more to it than that. If, for example, after this, added some random text, this is what it looks like. And now let's see what happens if I was to open it. It just moves anything that's below it in the HTML structure, even though you may not be able to see this yet. It just moves that down. So simple as that. Okay, you can also target multiple, items. So if I was to duplicate this, and let's say if I put an extra ID in here, I'm just going to call it extra ID or extra class. That was a nice little sneeze there. Wonder how many of you said bless you. Okay, so paste that there, and instead of doing a data dash target on an ID, we would do it on a class, which is dot and then the name of the class. But reload, as you can see, it expands all of them. And you technically could have text in between as well. That's fine as well. They don't have to be joined. And yeah, it's as simple as, I'm just going to change it back to the single ID, but that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.